Have you ever wondered if silver could actually hit triple digits? I'm not talking about some far-off fantasy. I'm talking about the year 2026. Is it possible? Many people are starting to think so, and today, we're going to dive deep into why this might just be the most incredible setup for silver we've seen in our lifetimes. So, let's start with the big picture. Right now, the silver market is showing signs of something truly unusual, something that hasn't happened in decades. Forget everything you think you know about traditional market cycles. We're entering a new era where the old rules might not apply, and silver is right at the center of it all. To understand this, we need to look at what some of the brightest minds in the industry are saying. Take Mike Maloney, for example, a name many of you will recognize. He's been analyzing precious metals for years, and his insights are pointing towards a massive shift. Maloney has consistently highlighted the fundamental imbalance in the silver market. It's not just about investment demand, it's about the explosive growth in industrial demand. Think about it. Silver is everywhere. It's in your phone, your computer, your car. But more importantly, it's a critical component in the green energy revolution. Solar panels, electric vehicles, 5G technology, all of them require massive amounts of silver. And this demand isn't going to slow down. It's accelerating. Every year, we're building more solar farms and producing more EVs, and each one needs silver. This creates a fascinating dynamic. On one hand, you have this skyrocketing industrial consumption. On the other hand, the supply of silver is struggling to keep up. Mining is a difficult and expensive process. Discovering new, high-grade silver deposits is becoming rarer and rarer. For years, the market has been in a structural deficit, meaning we're using more silver than we're mining. The stockpiles that once filled this gap are dwindling, and they're dwindling fast. This supply and demand squeeze is the core of the argument. It's a classic economic setup for a price explosion. When demand outstrips supply, prices have to go up. It's not a matter of if, but when, and by how much. This isn't just speculation. It's based on tangible, real-world trends that are already in motion. Now let's talk numbers, because that's where things get really exciting. You've probably heard people talk about silver's all-time high of around $50 an ounce, which it hit back in 1980 and again in 2011. But that $50 figure is misleading. We have to account for inflation. When you adjust the 1980 peak for all the inflation that's happened since then, the real all-time high for silver is much, much higher. Depending on which inflation calculator you use, that number is somewhere in the hundreds of dollars. This is a crucial point. Silver isn't just trying to get back to $50, it's trying to reach its true inflation-adjusted peak. Here's a mind-blowing statistic for you. Silver is currently only about 11.8 times away from hitting that inflation-adjusted high. Now, an 11.8x move might sound like a lot, but in the world of commodities, especially during a major bull market, it's entirely possible. We've seen similar moves in other assets before. When the conditions are right and sentiment shifts, prices can move with breathtaking speed. So, what are these conditions? First, we have the industrial demand we just talked about. Second, we have investment demand. For centuries, silver has been seen as real money, a store of value. In an era of rampant money printing and currency debasement by central banks around the world, the appeal of a tangible asset like silver grows stronger every day. People are waking up to the fact that the purchasing power of their dollars, euros, and yen is being eroded. They're looking for a safe haven, a way to protect their wealth. Gold has traditionally been that safe haven, but silver is often called the poor man's gold. It's more accessible to the average person, and its market is much smaller than gold's. This smaller market size is a double-edged sword. It means that when a significant amount of money flows into silver, the price impact is magnified. $1 billion moving into the gold market might barely move the needle. But $1 billion flowing into the silver market? That could have a dramatic effect. This brings us to the gold-to-silver ratio. This ratio simply tells you how many ounces of silver it takes to buy 1 ounce of gold. Historically, this ratio has been much lower than it is today. For long stretches of history, it was around 15 to 1. Today, it's hovering around 80 to 1, sometimes higher. Many analysts believe this ratio is destined to revert to its historical mean. If gold stays at its current price, a return to a 15 to 1 ratio would imply a silver price of over $150 an ounce. If gold goes higher, which many expect it will, the potential price for silver becomes even more astronomical. A reversion of this ratio is another powerful force that could propel silver into the triple digits. So, let's put all the pieces together. We have unprecedented industrial demand from the green energy transition. We have a strained supply that can't keep up. We have growing investment demand from people seeking a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. We have a gold-to-silver ratio that is historically stretched to an extreme. And we have a price that, in inflation-adjusted terms, is still incredibly cheap compared to its past peak. This combination of factors is what makes the setup for silver so unique and so powerful. It's a perfect storm. It's not just one thing pointing to a higher price, it's multiple, independent, powerful trends all converging at the same time. Now, why 2026? Predicting the exact timing of any market move is impossible. Markets are complex, and there are always unforeseen events. However, the trends we're talking about are not short-term blips. The build-out of solar and EV infrastructure is a multi-year, multi-trillion-dollar project that is legislated into existence in many countries. The loss of faith in fiat currencies is a slow-burn process that is gaining momentum. By 2026, these trends will be even more advanced. The supply deficits will likely have become more severe. The above-ground stockpiles will be further depleted. More and more investors will have woken up to the silver story. The pressure building up in the silver market could reach a breaking point. Think of it like a coiled spring. For years, the price of silver has been suppressed and held down. But the fundamental forces are winding that spring tighter and tighter. At some point, the energy has to be released. And when it is, the move could be explosive. Is a triple-digit silver price by 2026 a guarantee? Of course not. There are no guarantees in investing. But is it a realistic possibility based on the fundamental data? Absolutely. The case is stronger now than it has been in decades. This isn't just about getting rich quick. It's about understanding the major economic shifts that are happening around us. It's about protecting your purchasing power in an uncertain world. Silver offers a unique opportunity to do just that, with the added potential for spectacular gains. So, as we move forward, keep your eyes on the silver market. Watch the industrial demand figures. Track the inventory levels at the major exchanges like the COMEX and the LBMA. Pay attention to the gold-to-silver ratio. The clues are all there. The story is unfolding right in front of us. The journey to triple-digit silver might be one of the most exciting financial stories of this decade. Thanks for watching today. This is a topic we'll be following very closely, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss our future updates. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think silver will hit triple digits by 2026? Let us know. See you in the next video.